Alright, everybody, let me put my phone in silent so we don't get messages and all that stuff. Work. Alrighty, and before we start, here's a picture of my cat. Here's another picture of my cat. There you go. Now we can get started. Alrighty, let's go with the 4 really quick. I'm gonna let it full speed for a second. Regular speed, that's what I meant. So there's a lot going on. We're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. Alright, let's go ahead. Take a look at this. So, obvious, like the easiest, obvious first thing that you can see, ports way faster into the water than starboards. Something that we called yesterday a couple of times. Sabrina and Stella goes out pretty sharp, goes in pretty sharp. Sabrina following pretty well, right there. And then you can see here starboards, Ella and Arthur, how we're dropping the hands. And then we just put the blade into the water as we push with the legs. So, wonder why the boat was falling to port? It's because this different placement was just making it all over the place a little bit. So yeah, remember that the set is can be caused by a lot of things. So I think that yesterday was just a lot going on. This one was not that bad actually. This one is pretty decent there, but still really different there, touching the water. But again, we were working on that. And then let's see here. Do you guys see this movement here? Again, this wobble here is because we don't apply the power together. We are just putting the blade into the water and then balancing. See? You're gonna see this a lot. Remember that's caused because we are probably not doing as much power through the legs and we're relying too much on the body. So then we release, we're washing out on starboard and then ports. So that's causing the set. Starboard's throwing the weight towards port side. And then even though we're the last ones to get into the water, starboards, right here, we're the last ones to get into the water, ports go out first, then we are kind of the first ones to release. So also you're making the coxswain job a little bit challenging, right? By doing those little swirls and balance problems. So that's why we want to emphasize. That one was a little better there at the finish, but it needs to be more consistent. See here how early we are, Arthur. We're out super early in comparison with Ella. And Ella, sometimes I feel we wash out a little bit, so I feel like we could bring the handle a little bit more horizontal towards the chest, right here, and then we go to the chest. The depth looks good there, but I feel like we should keep the length with Stella a little bit longer. And then release doesn't look bad starboards, but with ports it looks like, because we're throwing the weight towards them, then they touch water. So it's really hard to tell. And see here, we got a little bit of a crab. So that's the most general things that we're seeing, okay? Let's go one at a time now. Alright, Stella, we talked about it yesterday. Overreaching a little bit, shoulder really tense. So again, I would like you to think about catching around here a little bit more, not dropping the shoulders, not dropping the body, and blade work looks like you're trying to scrap early, but the set issues don't help. So there's that. So I think that a little bit more sitting up, relaxing our shoulders, and focusing on that might be helpful. Ella, I've been seeing a lot of breaking the arms early. I'm seeing here. Let's see at the finish. Yeah, I like how you're like on the shoulder a little bit. I would say it looks like you're turning with both hands to the square. So think about that right hand, sorry. That right hand is staying nice and flat there. See how you kind of looks like you bend it a little bit. Both starboards, you guys kind of like you bend the wrist. Keep that wrist flat. We don't want to see that, okay? So let's go back a couple of strokes so I can do some stuff here. So here at the finish, a little bit of washout as we talked. So I would say, see how it looks like the elbow, Ella, is a little bit stuck to the rib cage. We want to get it out, okay? Then we're gonna go the heads away, body over, not bad. And as we get closer to the catch, it looks like we're dropping a little bit. And I think that Ella, right here, this is a good frame. See if I can explain myself well. So see here how your inboard hand is really bended, and if you look at ports, you will see how like they are straight out. So think about like getting both arms straight and keeping that rectangle that goes from the chest, the two arms, and then the oar. Okay, so that's a rectangle right there. Think about like holding that the whole time, and that's gonna help you rotate a little bit more towards the pin, because right now, because we're breaking the arms, it doesn't look that efficient and it looks like the rotation is a little bit off. Still, you're able to place decently. Again, a little bit of the drop that might be also cause for that of that, okay? So like dropping the hands a little bit and just not having the rotation that we need. It's causing then a little bit of skying. And here, see how you're grabbing the oar rather than pushing with the legs. So like remember, and you will see it on the other video, how like important it is stroke pair. And Sabrina, you do a pretty good job, and Arthur, that both shoulders stay kind of the same level. It's okay if the outside shoulder goes up, just like raises up a little bit more and it's a little bit higher, but it should be as stable as possible, right? Because if there's a pull with the shoulder, if a shoulder goes higher on one side, that makes like us leaning to a side. So think about again rotating towards the torso, rotate to the catch, and then put the body into the water. Feel about hanging a straight line. The shoulders stay parallel with each other as much as we can, and then we go to the chest. Okay, again, getting the shoulders completely parallel during the first part of the drive might be a little bit challenging, but if you guys get it almost parallel, or like there's a little bit of a raise on the outside shoulder, I'll take it. Okay. Layback looks better, Ella. I feel like we could get a little bit more confident in that finish position again, opening up your chest, bringing your shoulders back, elbow out. That might be helpful there. Now let's go to Sabrina. So Sabrina right here, we're seeing a little bit of what we've been talking about. We're kind of opening the stroke with our head here, see? You want to think about when we are at the finish. Oh, and one more thing I forgot, Ella, because we're like kind of grabbing with the arms. See how different our drive is in comparison with Stella? So Stella is almost done here and we're still like at half slide. So we want to like try to match up a little bit that was a little bit better. But like try to like around here work with the legs and save the body and the arms for later. Sabrina, let's see. As we go to the catch there, Sabrina, I think that you and Sydney have pretty similar strokes. I feel like you all get the hands away, body over, kind of together. So remember, guys, the hands go out first and then the body. That was a little better, Sabrina. There are some strokes, I think, that it looks like we're getting everything at the same time see the knees here, how high they go. A little bit more body over there altogether. And I don't know, Sabrina, how you can see here, like we were talking, how you like open with the chest and we're missing some water there. So I think being a little bit sharper would help us out. And a little bit of grabbing, a lot of pulling with the body, which causes a little bit of inefficiency there. So what we talked in the erg, we want to lift up, but we don't want to lift up with the head, if that makes sense. And try to keep, again, like the rotation that we were talking with Stella. Think about rotating a little bit more. It looks like there's so little rotation there, Sabrina. So again, feel free to rotate a little bit more with the torso towards the pin, if that makes sense. Just like if we're doing outside hand, right? So we want to go like here, and then we want to go towards the catch, and then we want to place. So I think that's quite important, okay? So let's keep thinking about that. Let's keep thinking about the rotation. And now let's go to bow sit, Arthur. Just a second, I have an itch. There you go. So Arthur, definitely we need a seat pad next time. So what's going on here a little bit is that we're just relying so much on the upper body that our stroke is long and we're lacking a lot of organization with our stroke there. Boom. So here, let's see if I can go a little bit to the side there. So right here, I don't know if you can see how the outside shoulder, the right shoulder, is leaning a lot towards the other side. So it doesn't look like you're relaxed. It looks like you're pulling a lot and you look like really like, you know, tense. So first of all, relaxing is really important. Bring the blade into the water here. Your elbow is, I don't know if I got it here in the footage. Let's see here. So here we're going towards the catch. I won't be able to see it now. So Arthur, your outside hand right here. See how it's super stuck to the body? You can barely see it with the sliding. But like, see how like we're bending and we're looking like a T-Rex? Remember that we talked about the T-Rex? So at the finish right here, it should be straight line. I said it to to Stella and Sabrina here. There are good examples there on the opposite side. So again, opening our chest, I don't know, you can see your body too is a little bit off on the layback. So probably laying back a little bit more, relaxing that right shoulder, and like, you know, opening up our chest, looking up to get that length together. And then at the hands away, body over, I feel we could also get a little bit more body over. And let me see the blade work really quick. So right before here, we release early. And that's a combination of a lot of things. One, not laying back enough, then getting the hands away, body over. We're lacking a little bit of organization there. Which it's you know, you're rushing a little bit. See here how you're ready, almost like even even here a little bit starboards. I don't know, I cannot see really well, sorry, I don't have my glasses. So yeah, see you guys how like we kind of like slow, and then we kind of like throw ourselves towards the catch there, Arthur, and you wait there a long time. So that's called rush. So we want to make sure that we control the slide a little bit more, hands away, body over, a little bit more like control, waiting patiently for the boat to come towards us. On the seat, we're staying still and the boat is coming towards us. Then we want to put the blade into the water. So right here you see how much water we're missing, and we're starting the drive and the blade is not into the water there, starboards. So the seat starts to move towards the bow and we're not placing the blade. Then we go really high up because we missed water at the catch. The legs basically do nothing. The legs just like push there, and then like we kind of like just pull with the body, because that's the only thing that we can do when the legs go down so quick. And then yeah, definitely we want to tap down more there. Like that posture at the finish, not laying back so much, is making, you know, less room to like tap down and organize the stroke step by step. But I think that that's going to be really helpful there if we finish that, if we polish that finish a little bit more. And then again, the hands away body organization there, making sure that the hands tap down. And again, a sit pat, I'm sure that would also help you out. Right there, when I put the body into the water. And same thing I was telling Stella. And one, I think that I can see your outside hand, Arthur. Probably you should be a little bit wider to the end of the handle. That's going to give you more control. And same thing I was telling Ella, how the left arm, how bended it is. Let's try to keep it a little bit more straight there and rotate from the torso. Keep that rectangle under control. And again, missing the water. And we want a long stroke with the legs, okay? So a lot to work on, but that will make a difference there. Remember that technique is really important, and Mondays is the day that we work on a lot of technique. And as we progress, as we like try to keep better, it's gonna be crucial for us to keep working on these things, okay? So yeah, watch this video, ask me if you have any questions, try to apply what we talk about in the erg or in the water, okay? I would rather have you guys to slow down a little bit on pressure and be more aware of your movements than to like keep muscling it and using our upper body so we can like you know, that's not helpful. I would rather have you guys smoothly figure out what's going on and get used to this new technique than muscling it through, okay? Alrighty.